Right here.
In there.
Go on there.
We're on.
Bring the meeting to order. Monday, August 10th, 2026. All trustees present, manager and treasurer. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This is a change to the agenda. We have approved minutes from trustees meeting July 13th, 2026. So we have a second. Second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right. Motion passes. Members of the public. Ashley, how's it going?
It's going well. All right, so for our budget status report, the electric department has received 54.68 of budgeted 2026 sales. Water department has received 54.47 and wastewater has received 51.5.
That's on 7.
Yes, that's on 7 months.
Close.
Close. Our bank account balances are all listed. That's of this morning. Union Bank did increase our credit rate for our interest rate for us. That was effective July 27th of 2026. So that's good news for us. And then I closed the TD Bank checking account because there is such minimal activity in that account. And I just moved the funds over to the UB general account. Audit updates. So the 2024 audit is still in the 4-week period where they do their financial review. I expect to see our completed 2024 audit by the end of next week. And then for the 2025 audit, they have opened up the online portal. So I've been working on gathering the documents that we need to submit to them. I have had help from Rosemary with this as well. So that has been really good. We're just working through it. The goal is to have all the documents uploaded by the time we receive the completed 2024, so they could just dive right into 25.
Once you get that 24, can you send it to us?
Of course.
Thank you.
So the assistance program, that to find the documents or just to help get through the process this time, or?
Well, there's a lot of like detailed items that it's helpful to have her to just double check and make sure I'm not missing something. Like we have a bunch of grants out there. Okay, where's all of the documentation for that? So it's been very helpful.
So it's one of those things where after this process, should be able to find stuff on their own, or is this something where the next audit is gonna be kind of the same thing, or?
It's more about how she filed things and stored things isn't exactly like everybody has their own different way of organizing, and so I'm still learning her way of organizing. And then we are also working on gathering documentation for the audits of the FEMA grants. So we have a meeting with DPS on Wednesday, August 19th, where it's going to be like a 3-hour meeting where we're reviewing that stuff. So the electric department loan, we are ready for signatures on that one. We have the 2 manila envelopes over there. They have been tabbed with the pages that require signatures.
And what was why did it have to come back to us? Were they looking for a new motion or they just wanted the board to approve it with new signature?
They wanted the board to be signing it at a meeting that was documented. And so it just worked out for everybody's schedules better to just wait until today, have everybody sign it.
And it's the same thing that we voted on in the past, so we already know all the information, nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed.
You thought you got them, yeah.
You said,
No.
too many yellow tabs.
Well,
Posted, except Ellis. Can you believe that one?
no.
And
There,
take away.
I don't believe that, good catch. Okay, anything else, Ashley?
Tomorrow I will start the process for the fire department loan. I've already planted seeds with our lender, so they know it's coming, but I didn't really hard start the process until we have this loan finalized. So we have 375,762 is the total needed. And we have the breakdown listed here. The original motion for the loan was to borrow up to 90% of the CIG Capital Community Fund to put towards it at an interest rate of 1%. However, since we increased the interest we're receiving on our Union Bank accounts, I bumped up the interest for the fire department to 2.5%. And RJ is okay with that, and it well falls within their budgeted monthly payment.
You can't just change with the vote, the board voted, we voted at 1%, you just can't change that.
So we'd have to revote to change the percentage of the board felt so. So would somebody like to make a motion to change the interest rate percentage from the CID community fund? No, okay, we'll stay at the 1 point, whatever.
We'll stay at the 1%.
Yep.
You got it.
There's one paper, Allison, that says, is it need everybody's signature? Yes.
Yes.
There's one.
Me again?
You again.
No, before you were the only one that did it, the rest of us missed it.
It's like the last one, yellow.
Oh.
Yeah, so just so if you notice, so you know, when we vote on something, we're the only ones that can change it. It has to come back to us.
Do you think that I would like to double check what the minutes say? Because I'm not sure that the minutes actually had the percentage in there when I went back to reread it, but
But it should have it.
I do know that they should have it in there.
I believe it was 1.5. Could be wrong, but I believe anybody else,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Okay, let's just put it this way, I guess, as long as it's the percentage recorded in the minutes. That works for everybody.
It could be in many.
So what did that?
It does not have a percentage for the interest rate in the minutes. It says will move to borrow 275,762 for the purchase of purchasing a new fire engine to be borrowed from the village revolving loan fund up to 90% of the fund value, and to authorize Ashley Isabel to secure a bank loan for any balance not covered by the internal loan. BJ seconded and the motion was passed.
Yeah.
So the 1% did not make it into our minutes.
I've checked the video.
Well, that was, yeah. So if you wanna get.
It was post video, it was after the exec, so
Yeah,
it would not
Okay,
be
well, I
in the
remember
video.
before the meeting, or when we started having that discussion, I said we should deliver as cheap as possible.
Yeah,
There's no need for us to make money off our general department.
I believe you said 1%, but if you think it's 1.5, then, I mean, I can make a motion today just to clear that up.
But,
Mhm.
sure,
Okay, so I make a motion that the loan from the CIP grant money be at 1.5%.
Okay.
That,
Second.
any discussion on that? All in favor?
right,
Aye, we have it, actually.
you got it. Thank you for clarifying that.
I do have a question for you, Ashley.
Of course.
The tax bills that we got had the town taxes on it.
Yeah.
Nine.
I was gonna ask that too.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, I'll let you do
I
it.
was actually gonna, because my tax rate shows 0.9729%.
So,
And, well, what, we've all voted on a tax rate as Johnson at
192.
192. Even not using that number, but using 0.190 is what you charge. So you missed you didn't even charge out the right rate that we approved.
the rate that we approved was 19 cents even.
That's 1.9.
We didn't keep it the same as the last
Oh, I think
one.
we increased.
We
it 1
increased
point.
it.
1 point.
I thought it was.
I think 1.9 was last time we did it to 2. I have to look at that.
Taxes were 1.9 and so were 2026 taxes. Now, doing the property taxes this year ended up being quite the learning
Where
curve.
that document. you
Because
signed.
what I learned was the way our property tax system is in Limerick, the town and the village need to be doing our property taxes at the same time, which I guess there is conflicting reports on how this exactly has been done in the past. So I called Nemrick and I worked with them and they had to have their back-end programmers like go in and set our rates for us to generate the village bills, because since the town did theirs ahead of time, or at least earlier than we were prepared to do it, that kind of locked our village rate in. Now, we were lucky that our village tax rate for 26 was the same as 25. Otherwise, it would have required a lot more time and effort to get our property tax bills out. There are some options for how we can handle this next year. We can be more prepared to do it at the same time as the town. The hurdle to jump with that, however, though, is the town sets their tax rate and prints their bills before the village even has time to meet and approve their tax rate. So we would need to make sure that the trustees meeting lines up in a way that it's like the same time the town is doing it. The other workaround that we can do is we can ask our assessor if he would be willing to have 2 different grand lists that he has to manage for all of the same properties. So that is a lot of extra work on him, double checking things, making sure if he updates in one system, that he also updates in another system. And then the third option is we can ask NEMRIC if they can split our grand list after the town does their taxes and give us like. It creates extra work for NEMRIC and it's a service that we would have to pay.
How have they done it in the past?
In the past, Rosemary said that she asked NEMRIC to unfreeze the village grand list so that she can set the village rates and due dates and everything else with that. However, when I spoke to Chris Mealy, who does the property tax billing module for NEMRIC, he said that that is not a feature that is offered, and so he's not sure. And that's where I'm saying there's like conflicting reports of how it was done in the past, and I don't have a clear answer on that. So I'm not gonna really focus on that, but rather what can we do moving forward?
So the taxes we did this year were taxes we
We didn't
approved.
raise taxes at all.
We did, and then we took it away because there was no need.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Reports coming down through were with an increase, but I think when we get to the table, we're able to level fund it.
Yeah, right. The grand list got bigger, so it made it so, you know, the budget was covered with the same taxes.
So,
So-
and then
But that's-
With all the people
Wait.
moving?
That's only for
with
5
the
years,
rate
right?
printed on the
Right, so,
taxes.
well, the grand list got bigger because we added
Hang
some
on.
stuff and the stuff leaving is covered for,
Right. But
For a few
but
years.
we have 4 more years left on that.
right.
So that would, we gotta keep that in mind when this next year.
Mhm.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
So to get to your point about why the rate is at like, that is because part of one of the hiccups that we ran into while I was working with Chris from NEMRIC to get our bills printed. They were in the process of testing out a new program for the property tax billing thing, and the way that our taxes, our village taxes are set up are actually like totally unique apparently in the state of Vermont, because everywhere else where there's a village and a town, the village is a district within the town, and they're all printed on the same tax bill apparently. And so us having a separate village tax is kind of unique in this situation, and when we went to hit print, we didn't catch that it totaled up a bunch of the tax rates into that little rate section. So if you do the math, everybody, as long as their home value has stayed the same, then their property taxes are the same as 2025. I've only had one person come in to question me about it before this meeting, so and I've had a lot of payments so far,
I was just curious on
I agree.
how that made it on there. I thought we'd raised the tax rate
We had,
on it.
and then the grand list come in higher, so it made up our raise.
So,
We took it away,
I
but
guess-
it ended up with a surplus, I'm like, damn.
so I guess, when do we we'll have to have our rates set before,
Our June meeting.
before.
well, and then we can't even do that because we don't get the final grand list from our appraiser until June 30th. That's when he has to get it to us, so then our meeting was July 13th. However, there was a select board meeting in between them and the ladies are on top of their stuff and they got those bills out really quick. And that was before any of us knew that we needed a pause button.
Can we slow them down with the town? Because they kind of, if our stuff's going out with them, then they should be waiting for us to put that in.
That
No,
is
well,
the request that I
They're
would
gonna
like to
wait for
move
us.
forward.
Well, if they have to put our stuff in, they should be waiting for us to give them our
That
stuff.
would be the.
You might know the treasurer.
I ain't getting into that. That's the office stuff.
It's the request I want to move forward with is asking them to just please wait.
So come up with a plan, and at our next meeting, you present your plan how to deal with it.
So she wants to ask the town if they'll wait next year.
Yeah,
But
it's only a
I'm
month.
saying, let her come up with her plan with them, and then she can present us their plan on how we're gonna deal with it for next year.
Yeah.
That way she'll have a whole 30 days to be able to get the ins and outs, set the date, so when we need to meet.
So we got time to deal with this.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
it's a once a year
Yes.
event,
Okay.
so we do have time.
So Christmas, to backtrack, how much was the JV grant short to cover the project? How much we have to ask for from that?
I think you're 98, right?
Oh,
Yep, 98,436.61 from an external lender.
Just go ahead on that page, sorry.
That's all right. You're good. All right, so that is all I have for now. Does anybody have further questions?
I'll just, like I said, try to work up a plan, put it printed out. So that you and Eric both got it down to science and then for this next one.
All right, sounds good.
Everything go all downstairs.
Yeah, things are going good.
Okay, Eric,
All right. Water and light garage project. The new garage is being moved into. The GC and the architect are working diligently to address the water issues and have made significant progress. Progress.
yeah,
We've got some overall humidity issues and there's still like, there's some leaking around one of the back doors. And there was around a window, but they sealed that up, so.
too tight,
Yeah,
building's too tight.
building's done.
No, there's water running in like a river. Underneath all the garage doors. There's water coming in over the top of the windows and running down the inside. There's a couple of spots they had to address, so now they're looking at it.
Yep. And Alec Jones from the planning commission has called today and asked if we're still a go for the ribbon cutting on August 19th at 2, and if we are gonna have a budget for refreshments.
No,
No,
tell Welch he brings some refreshment.
Sounds like we got water.
I'm just being a smart ass. Where's the board on it?
I think we should, as
Work up.
long as it's something cheap and little, doesn't need to be a spread, but.
Up to the board, I'm a dead no.
I guess how many people would actually affect?
Nobody knows.
Right.
I think it's personally, in my opinion, this is a waste of time. So, doing the grand opening and all that, has nothing to do with anybody besides the village of Johnson residents, not one of them are gonna come besides the ones that are sitting at the state. There you go, so. But you all voted to have it, now we're here. Eric didn't tell you, I said no.
I think I did, actually. I said you were against it, but. Yeah, I said you were against it, but it was a board vote, which is what you said.
I'll give you my personal opinion on it.
Yep.
It cost us. Vermont taxpayers to get this money, at least $350,000 extra. To send one form to one person, then it be sent to the next person, and then it be sent to the next person, that's 10 people get paid to look at the same form to approve it. For the grants to come from 2 places. So. I saw a lot of wasted money during this process that I just kept my mouth shut about because I couldn't do anything about it. But it's the biggest waste of money I've ever seen in my life. This project would have been about 1.6 million, not near and two. But we had to hire somebody to manage the project, our engineers and all that stuff. And they gotta deal with 5 different departments so that Ashley could write a check to pay or Rosemary could write a check. Welcome to Vermont. I told you, Mike.
I think
Give
you're,
apps have gone.
I think you're in charge of petty funds, little things like that. I think that's a you call, not necessarily an us call. I mean, that's well within your range of a little bit of money.
Well, I'd like,
do
I'd
something.
like.
I think it's a good idea. If we're gonna have it open, no matter what, if we didn't have it, that's one thing, but if we're gonna have it, we should,
Let me refresh it again. The chair is not attending.
I'll be there.
I'll be at work. There's gonna be one person from the board there.
But we did put it out to the public, and if any of the public shows up, it'd be
It's
nice
not
to have
out yet.
something.
Yeah, that's
not
why, right.
I thought we wanted to put it out to the
Well,
public.
we are I was waiting until I got a consensus from the board and only one person answered, so.
Uh,
That was me saying no.
Well, no, he had, so two then.
yeah.
I still only had 2 out of 5. I need 3 voting in one direction or the other.
So the ribbon cutting is the politicians come down and
It's,
they pay part of it, right?
it's for, yeah, all the, you know,
We'll invite him and whoever shows up.
and,
That's what it's gonna
and,
be.
yeah, and for the crew.
I mean, it's a proud thing. It's a new building.
It is. I'm sick of leaving work to do.
I get it.
carriage.
I get it.
That's the worst, stupidest thing anybody should ever have to leave work for.
Yeah.
And to do it after that, we have to pay our crew overtime.
Yeah, I don't think.
Why would we be paying them
I
overtime?
don't think
Is it not done during the
They're
day?
there and
Well, if we
if
just
like to be there, we have to pay them just like the negotiations.
During the week, though,
He
right?
was
Well,
saying
we don't
if we
have to-
did it when people can do it after work.
Well, we shouldn't, even negotiations after hours, we shouldn't have to pay. Each union.
You better
Separate.
forget it.
It's a
Whenever
separate
you,
entity.
whenever you meet with your employees after hours, pay.
Yeah, but a union is not our employee. A union is a union.
Jeff's coming, you're gonna pay him overtime.
Jeff's coming as a member of the union,
Hey,
not
you-
as an employee.
I don't know, I'm not gonna argue that.
There's a unit
What's that
set.
point in
Yeah.
time?
Hey, the union
What's
rep.
what's the time that the
I don't
guy
think
calls
they
get
get, they
done
do.
per day?
3:30.
3:30.
That's union
So we got an hour and a half
Representing the employees.
No, but he's rep,
With all
with
the
the union,
employees.
union's a separate entity than
Yeah.
that.
for nothing.
Cause we never got paid when we were doing union.
You're not working for municipality.
No, but a union, it's the same throughout the United States or throughout Vermont. It's not, one union is different than another. I'll look into it. I'll make sure.
Let's do it during the
We've
day.
already looked into
Do it
it. The
during the
union
day.
reps
We can,
said
you
you're gonna
can.
be paying
Somebody else has to. That's all I said. I said, if somebody, if they do it during the day, then somebody else has to.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Right,
I also do it.
we've got till he said at 2 o'clock, so the crew
Yeah.
can be there
Well, let's finish
on
the
regular
first one.
hours.
I guess, so are we gonna,
Are we doing it or not?
are we having ribbon cutting?
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm gonna make a motion for it, but
Are we gonna motion to have refreshments for the ribbon cutting for 4 people?
We don't know how many people are gonna be there. I think we should.
I see it's petty cash. I'm not gonna make a motion.
They could leave it up to Eric. But I think it's a good idea, both ways.
See,
So Ellis, if you're available to go, you want to do that, you can do the union negotiations with.
Do I have to dress up?
No,
Oh,
you don't have to wear clothes.
I'll probably forget it. You'll have to call me.
They'll call you.
So
So you must
just
have
be
done
sure
that.
they can negotiate
Without-
labor rates
Must
on
have
the
done
clock
hours
as
from
they're
that.
paying them.
Yeah, all they're going, the negotiation comes back to the board.
You're both sure. I'm just asking. a
Negotiating
question.
team
I'm
goes
not-
and asks them, what are you looking for?
Right.
And then they ask us what we're looking for, and then you guys should bring it back to the board, and discuss it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a back and forth.
We'd say yes and no, and then you'd go back.
Right, but we're gonna meet with them on, about their union. About their thing while we're paying. That
Yeah.
doesn't seem,
Anytime you meet with an employee after hours, you have to pay them.
Unless it's not for an employee purpose, which we're not gonna agree with that, but I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's the union rep that brought it to us. So,
well,
That's
they
what-
always
that's-
go for
he said, if you
themselves.
wanna pay
Yeah.
somebody time and a half to do it after hours. That's our call.
Then he came to me with it and I told him we shouldn't have to pay because it's that, and he never got back to me. Because we've never had to pay union because they're representing, the unions represent another entity.
Which board want to do it?
on the ribbon cutting, not the union.
Huh?
I'm saying on the ribbon cutting, not the union.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's gonna attend, so Eric can,
I always stand for the board.
Yeah.
I also attend for the board.
Right,
I'll be there.
All right.
Probably be the only one.
Yeah,
You'll have plenty of food,
No BJ's going. Huh?
you'll have plenty of food and drink.
Put it out to the public, whichever way you can, whatever front.
Yep.
Water's cheap.
Yeah.
They get it all kind.
That's right. Alrighty. See, the FEMA project still in the EHR, the environmental health review process. They're slow. So I'm kind of stuck there. Once that, things should start moving like gangbusters once we're through that, because then it's time to start looking at, RFPs for, construction. So. Ashley and I had our final office position interview today, before the resumes and score sheets of the finalists in the next day or two for the board interviews next Wednesday. Water Light Crew,
So are we meeting with everybody that applied?
no,
No,
just the two finalists.
So we're not gonna talk to the ones that. Shouldn't we as a board interview everyone?
I mean, there were some that
I
we
mean-
didn't, there were some that we didn't even interview because the resumes were just not applicable.
That's 12 or 19.
What's that?
19, I think.
Next Wednesday.
So I guess I have a question on the interviewing process for somebody that I thought we voted on just to help Marla and answer the phone. I saw the qualifications that were needed and a lot of the duties I don't think pertain to what Marla does and doing the front desk, and I thought that's what we were originally. I mean,
Yeah.
Ashley is doing her own thing, so there shouldn't be nobody helping her. Eric should be doing his own thing, so nobody should be doing that. I thought this was to help Marla and take care of front desk.
All of that stuff was blessed by you guys at the meeting a couple of months ago.
Yeah, so, well,
Except me.
I think if you limit the scope of what their job description is. It's in. And so apply as scope as possible as far as a job description.
I can't get on board with people passing off work onto a potential new thing to justify. I thought when I voted, I was under the assumption this was for Marla to help with hers, because she's the one that's stressed and.
It is
a lot of
mostly
work.
for that. It's just, we're just
And
making
I see
sure that,
stuff on Facebook, and you have to have this degree and that degree, and I think you're raising the expectations of.
There was no degrees required, it was just,
No.
it would be.
it's just,
It would be a bonus to you.
They were
Bonus.
listed on there for sure.
yeah.
I just letting you know that in good faith,
And that
I
might,
can't go, I can't approve, I can't vote for something now that I definitely. I don't believe it's helping the one person it's just helping the one person that this was originally for.
I don't
Just
remember
to put-
saying it was originally for just Marla.
That was the main focus.
oh yeah,
That was the main
It
focus.
was, but it's for the entire office, it's good, it's just.
It still is
We've gone from 4 bodies to 2 bodies. Whether or not you're talking hours or not, it's the actual
Well,
bodies. If we get another person.
Down there now, Marla, actually.
Marla doesn't do nothing but what she's doing, because she can't leave that spot, there's just too much there.
Right, and I thought that's what this other person was trained with, or learn
Yeah.
with.
do phone
What
and
else
stuff.
what else are we asking this other person to do?
Front desk,
Front desk,
update stuff. Categorizing. Digitizing. Everything that was on the list there, like I said, we've already voted on this, so.
no,
I guess
I'm just
if you're
saying,
asking us to take another vote, we can. It's,
I think the detailed stuff that went out wasn't everything that we bought. To me,
as Will
of
said,
course, I've been against it at the beginning.
if we only put down so much work on there, and then you go to add work to them, they can say that was not on my job description. So you wanna put down all the possibilities of stuff that they could possibly be doing. So if Marla's out, they'd be doing Marla's stuff. If she's out, they would be doing some other stuff, reconciling checkbooks or whatever, just like BJ's wife used to do.
But that adds to it to where then it raises the hours and then it raises a pay and then it makes it go to a full-time employee and it benefits.
No,
Where
they
if
have
we
to have
concentrate
their
on
hours.
Marla, we're not dealing with, we're not having to add.
Well,
all that.
it's, I mean, it's not a, it's
You
a.
guys tell me what you wanna do. We already got applicants out, we ran it, it was already approved. So
And we haven't even done the money yet part of it, have we? Have we even voted on the pay?
We haven't interviewed a person. We always
But how do you
interview.
interview a person if you
We
don't have the
interview the
pay?
people and then we discuss what we're willing to pay. Like we did with.
We didn't have nothing go out saying it's a range between this and this.
Absolutely, it was in the paperwork.
But
So
did
if you
we-
read all this, if you didn't see that. It was like the first part.
I didn't know we had anything to do about the pay when we were talking.
I don't know, I'm really confused all of a sudden.
My thing is I'm really confused in the fact that I thought we were strictly the one person that needed the help was Marla. And to do the front, and I'm pretty sure if you look into anything that I said as well, if somebody needs to work the front, then if somebody's out, then we gotta have somebody. In order for somebody to learn what Marla does, it's gonna be a person that needs to work with Marla fairly steady.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
I'm sitting in the middle and I hear both sides and I understand where both come from, but I just want to interject and go like this. How much of your work are you expecting a new employee to do?
Very little.
Should be enough.
I mean, there'll be some stuff that just, there's. Yeah, but not much of mine. It's mostly gonna be helping Marla and Ashley.
Okay.
And I have had the person entering accounts payable, which takes like maybe an hour a week to do that bit of it. And doing Facebook and website updates since this whole conversation started as an email group between our office staff. So those 3 items have always been on the list.
So that's not taking any of the duties that you assumed when you took the job and passing them off. These are duties that other staff did. I mean, Rosemary did do Facebook.
Right.
Right.
Who did Facebook?
No, but reconciling books,
Yeah.
BJ's wife.
but reconciling books and everything, that's,
That's all me. That's gonna stay me.
well, that's what he just said, reconciling books.
Checkbooks, if she isn't there and it has to be done.
But if she's not there, that
Same
other person
stuff,
should be
sure,
doing
like
her
this,
stuff.
She was working part-time for the village.
But that's
Same
what,
stuff
but that's
Susan
what
was
we're
doing,
saying,
working
it's
part-time
it's
for the village.
adding skill levels to this to where it makes the pay higher and makes the hours more. That puts them into that bracket of full-time and full benefits. Where if it's just Marla, you don't have to deal with them higher skills, you can do less pay and you can keep it out of the full-time benefits.
You're not
It
gonna
just
get a
saves money.
single person to apply for a
That's
job. with
bullshit,
that.
that's 100% bullshit.
Alright,
There was
so I'm
people-
I'm ending this conversation because we already voted on it, so if we don't wanna vote on the people we're interviewing, we'll go forward on that.
The water and light crew responded to a water main break yesterday at the corner of School Street and College Hill. It was at a prior break from a couple of years ago. The stainless repair band failed at a well. This is very rare. It's actually a first in mine, Nate, or Dan's career to see one of those bands fail like that. But they did a great job. Only had customers, they had only had a few customers shut off and they had it back on by noon. Coliform samples were brought to the lab early this morning and we're expecting to be able to lift the boil notice for that handful of customers tomorrow by lunch. Neither school was affected by the boil notice. And I'm taking Friday off and going to a doctor's appointment.
Did they get the sample down there today?
Oh yeah, first thing this morning, ran it out. So, Chief Operator's Report. Wastewater plant costs, ED-Mars and WR-43s are submitted to the state. Had a VOSHA inspection for both the water and wastewater plant, wait for the final report, a few minor things at the wastewater plant. A faulty switch plate, found an eye wash at the water plant that wasn't producing enough water. Mixing valve heater on that had failed. Ordered a new one and will install it when it arrives. Annual permit required proficiency testing was performed. Annual permit required constituent testing was performed. hauled 72,000 gallons of sludge to Morrisville for processing in July. Moved and trimmed all facilities and pump stations. Installed floodgates on the 14th in anticipation of possible flooding. Water plant. Monthly reports were submitted to the state. Coliform samples were negative. Seeded and mulches at the water plant from the seeded and mulched water plant from the interstate generator install. Installed a new pressure switch that failed at meter house 1 at Katie Wen. Installed a new check house in the meter house of Katie Wen at meter house 2 at Katie Wen. Check valve and dehumidifier at the water plant cracked and was leaking. Order a new one. We'll install it when it arrives. Plugged in the portable dehumidifier until that arrives. Sold 6 loads of water, 30,000 gallons to Wright Farm via tanker truck. I will send you the water loss when it comes in the next day or two.
What was last month's?
7%. Which is negligible, really.
Okay. That's not great.
Well,
It's not terrible, but I mean, it's.
7%, I mean, when it comes to, it's almost within margin of error. Yep. Water and light report. Electric, Hyde Park mutual aid, 20.5 hours of double time. Morrisville water and light mutual aid, 5.5 hours. Transmission light out on the 16th and the 21st due to trees over by the high school. Tree in the line in the Gulf on the 16th, no outages. Installed new service at 1150 Sinclair and build it out. Installed new service for bandstand and build it out. Solar panels installed at 665 Railroad. Straight to pole installed new service at 849 Route 15 West. Removed electric meters at 35 Railroad Street for buyout. Completed true ups for new library site and 1299 Clay Hill Road. Undercoating of the trucks has started. Tree on the line at 1627 Clay Hill, 3 customers out for 20 minutes. Removed cover up at 52 Clay Hill Road and 738 100C. Removed tree off neutral on Plot Road. Fixed street light on 796 Rocky Road. Had interviews for a new apprentice. Moved into the shop, an exclamation point. Completed monthly meter reading, high-low checks, substation checks, and dig safe. Water and sewer, repaired a curb stop at the talc office in order to have the plumber fix leak in the basement. Sewer blockage at 118 Lower Main West due to tree roots. Trying to find infiltration in the sewer line system. General, continued moving back in the shop, fixed the US flags on Main Street, picked up garbage, checked Cold Spring, checked catch basin. Safety.
I mean, this seems to be a monthly thing here, trying to find infiltration. Are we ever gonna have any luck with that, or we just a month just gonna have that? Well, I got so many points.
Yep.
Camera in them,
We may have to rent a camera. It's just camera.
we don't even have a camera.
We've got a push camera
Yeah,
that works in some places for short distances. But if for
how much time is wasted now at this point, every month, looking for infiltration that keeps being on the paper, but we ain't finding.
I don't have a good answer for how much. I don't, they've had a lot of other things going on, so that might be why we haven't found it, because it hasn't gotten a whole lot of time, because they've been right out with everything else.
Okay, well, that's also in Dan's department, correct?
Yep, they're looking too.
Tell Dan to get on and get it
Yeah,
fixed.
he's also, short staffed.
I don't care,
Yeah.
college staff, that's why we have them hired as a contract.
Safety, attended NEPA safety meetings on the August 5th, transformer review and connections. Nate attended leadership trainings through Vermont Local Roads, and Jeff started CDL class in Milton. And the next page is the new spreadsheet on equipment hours and maintenance.
I guess the only question I have for this, let's see, why did it take so long to get, so we don't see what the first month of use is? You wrote it down on 8/4.
Yep.
I believe we had a meeting a month ago where we wrote it down to get on, so they could have went out. So we have no idea when another month. I mean, we've got the information now, but I'm just kind of curious what happened. That it didn't get passed along. In the time,
It got passed along, it just took a while, because
it just takes one guy, or can literally. 10 minutes to get this information, I mean,
he's kind of brand new to working Excel, that's part of it, so. His digital side is not well developed, we're working on
I
that.
would have took a handwritten. Thing, I mean, I just don't understand, I mean, obviously it's small potatoes to somebody, you know, to a lot of people, but to me, it's a information. Right, it's, how much are we using this stuff? And when it comes to replacing it. You look at and find it doesn't get many hours. Or miles, or whichever the case may be. But going forward, it'll be. What is the digger?
That's the pole setting, it's a big drill, big truck with a big drill for poles.
It's off-road.
It comes out the boom truck.
It's a big truck with a,
No, not the pool. Stone truck.
But swings. Does it go off the back or does it go off?
Yeah, setting light poles.
Yeah. It's the one that digs the holes.
Right.
With the auger. All poles. Stabilize the poles.
And the Kubota is the tractor. Is the
yes,
one for brush hogging and stuff.
I guess I'll agree with Darrell as far as I think moving forward, it's going to be greatly beneficial. It is disappointing that it took this long to get it activated. I think you can relay that message.
yeah, I just wrote that down.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if necessarily need to relay the message, but it's up to our manager to make sure it happens on a timely basis, like we asked you to make sure it happens on a timely basis.
Mhm.
Does that make sense to the board?
It'll happen.
Makes sense to the board,
Yeah.
so at least it did for
all right, fire department, responded to 10 calls, 8 during the day, 2 at night, average duration 72 minutes. Those were 5 automatic alarms, 1 vehicle fire, 4 other, 2 being traffic hazards, a tree on the line blocking, 3 on utility lines blocking roadway, 1 mutual aid rescue, and 1 assist for DSP fire investigation. The average number of firefighters that responded was 9, total hours of service was 90. We participated in the Waterville Old Home Day with apparatus and their community parade. We had participated in 4th of July parades for 2 neighboring towns. The new fire engine build inspection was completed and found in very good order. The truck will move to DeSorcy Emergency Products in St. Albans in the near future for the remainder of upfitting and tool mounting. Delivery remains on track for the end of August or early September.
E1 is currently out of service, been stripped, pictures taken, and will be marketed.
Nice.
So, before we go any further, food shop. They want to be able to use the room that we were storing stuff in. Does the board want to let them take over that room, or should we keep it for much road?
my vote is. They can use it, but if it has to be in the stand that if we suffer some kind of. Emergency that we have to take back that room, then that is,
Well, it's our building, so that's not really.
yeah, I just, as long as they,
Don't make so, there's such a
it's.
permanent plan to be.
Well, they wanna
Well, yeah,
do
they
all
want
kinds
the
of stuff
building
to it, they
started.
wanna make it a waiting room and whatnot. So that leads into my next question, when are we gonna stop funding the food shop? When their peak goes out, they call me. Why are they calling our crew to take care of the building they're in for free?
If they take over that room, that means they have 100% of it.
That's right. So, I'm starting to have serious
So
issues
this
with
is,
this.
this is a joint property.
Right.
Are the Boy Scouts still there?
I don't
I
believe so.
don't know. Same Boy Scouts up in Johnson.
I think they still have a bunch of equipment upstairs, I believe.
Surprised.
Well, let me ask you this, I know we Well, that I remember, I was speaking, we were talking about not one building. Well, they're gonna take over and the town, it's a town group. Can we just say, okay, you deal with it? Your
County
people,
group. After select board meeting the other day, they come in all scared because we all talked about getting rid of the building or doing something with it. And then they proceeded to tell the select board how they serve Jeffersonville, Waterville, Belvedere, Eden, Hyde Park. So why don't all these other towns contribute to the maintenance and the cost of this building? Instead of the village who scrap for cash.
can we step out of it since they're taking 100% of it?
I remember offering it to the town and they wouldn't take it.
We can simply step out of it by saying we are not performing any maintenance. Anything that do with upkeep of the heat, or any of that.
I think that's,
And if the town wants to do it, the town can do it, but I foresee that. They wouldn't even tell us that there was a goddamn homeless person living out back it. Plugged in using the power. So who pays the power bill for that building?
Probably both of us.
There you go, we're
So-
stopping paying for that power, we should this month, we
So-
should no longer.
how do we back out
Let's
of
say
it? How would we word
We
the?
say we do not want to do anything to do with the food shelf in that building. If they wanna do it, it's all inclusive. They need to take care of their own heat, their own water problems. The old broken windows that they're asking the town and the village to repair.
That's off our plate.
I'm not trying to be insensitive against the food
No.
shelf. I'm insensitive that we're supporting 5 other towns and they don't give a shit and help with it. But that's what I'm getting sensitive of.
I mean,
When we're strapped for money.
I don't know the answer.
Has nothing to do with really being strapped for money. We should not be doing it.
I don't know the answer to this, but can this board condemn the building as far as, from a village perspective?
I don't want
We
to necessarily
can't-
kick them
I don't
out.
think
I
we
just
can-
want to quit supporting.
I don't think we can condemn it, because there's a big chain that you have to go for, that on the town side, so we can't, but as in supporting it.
We could say we want it no longer used only by the town and the village, and now it is.
Yeah, and whoever's using it is responsible for everything.
Or, just say that the village has no interest in using it or paying for any aspect of it. I guess.
I mean, again, I'm not trying to sound insensitive to the food shelf. Volunteers and what they do. I have a problem with the town of Johnson and the village of Johnson supporting Lamoille County for a food shelf. That's what I have a problem. When they turned around and everybody chipped in to share the damn printer downstairs. But that's my spew. I was bored on to. Ignore me and
No.
carry on, or
No, I think what I'd like to have some more information.
I think I need
I'd like to
more
know,
information.
I'd like to know what we spend on that, let's say, last 3 years. As far as, shared electric, water, sewer. But we haven't done jack for maintenance on that.
it'd be a lot of searching to find Nate's hours when he gets called out because the heat's out and he's gotta go down there. And then he's gotta call a person to come fix it. We're paying him call out pay.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
The town has never once sent anybody to do anything.
We can ask you to search that amount, but hardwired issues, water, sewer, electric, stuff like that, we can ask insurance, we can ask Nate. As far as roughly, does this happen once a year or is it once a month? Or just kind of get a ballpark on that before I really want to move forward with addressing removing or not removing the food shelf, the benefit.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
We wouldn't be removing it.
No,
I'm looking to stop paying
Stop
for the
paying
stuff
it.
so they can have a free ride. So if they.
But I think
If they can fundraise to buy food, they should be able to fundraise to have a building to put that food in.
I'm not disagreeing with you completely with that, but I think, we're here to represent the voters, and I think you're gonna be hard pressed to find as many voters who would. Wouldn't wanna support it, but I also think it's within our duty to let them know how much it's costing them to have this. Benefit to the county. And that for us to be, I can't really make a decision which way I wanna go with this until I know, are we spending $100 a year, or are we spending $32,000 a year? And that's gonna make a big difference on which path I'd like to take. If that makes sense. So,
There you go, you know what you're looking at.
Well,
So we're not
add on
gonna-
that, I really wanna hear the numbers, because I have a hard time with that, decision. But I would like to look into if it's a joint owned property, why we're not billing the town for any, half the name's time. Anything that has to do when our guys get called out, or half of the hours. For a building like that should be billed out, just like other properties.
Yeah.
I don't disagree, but I just.
No, I'm not saying.
I hate to return this petty stuff that town's throwing on us.
It's not that, but if it's a joint thing, the village guys shouldn't be the only one ever fix it.
Yeah,
If it's a window, they shouldn't come to the village and say, hey, we need a new window. If it's a heater, how did the village become the heater guy?
Because that's
If
what we
it's-
call.
This is my thing, I want we need a food truck, but I think it's a very important service.
Yep.
But I also think that. If it's a joint owned property, it should be. Shared. Of the upkeep and fixing of it with 50/50.
would you guys be interested in seeing if the town would be amenable to? Donating the building to the food shelf? As a group?
Well, then you'd have to have it subdivided, or do what I was saying that the town didn't wanna do with writing the lease, saying it's our building, but we both own the ground under it.
I mean, we
You're
could
talking
do,
as subdivision.
we could do a 99-year lease.
Or even if they just gave us a dollar a year, they could keep the building.
But I'm just saying.
Not-
No, we tried giving it.
It's just about us spending our general department.
Right,
funds.
well, I'm just saying, is it worth Eric asking the question? To the town manager, say, hey, put it to your board that we'd like to. Find the most economical way to give lease.
I think what we're gonna find is they're gonna tell us, well, we don't have the money to take care of the heater in the building.
Well, but I'm just saying that. Then we can go down the path of going, well, if you can't sustain the basic essentials of the building, then. Then I start having issues. So, but let's see if the town would be interested in just seeing what it's gonna take to donate, lease,
Yeah.
100-year lease.
So hold off on the yes or the no until we get this information for our next meeting.
That'd be my suggestion.
I wasn't really looking for a yes, no, I was just
Oh.
bringing up my thoughts about
Right.
this building that they're wanting to meet.
And it's, I think it warrants addressing, but I think we need to find. We need to look down a couple, 3 different paths and see which one's gonna be the best way to do this. One of these saying, we're not spending another freaking nickel on the place, or find out, is it costing us a lot or costing us not very much? Are the voters and supporters spending $300 a year? They're gonna be. So,
Other
here's-
commu- What about if
and I
other
agree
communities do
with that.
that,
I
they
just-
pitch in?
My worry is the building is falling into disrepair.
Yeah.
Right? So at some point, there's gonna have to be a big infusion of money somewhere into that building. I mean.
I mean,
I would
I'm
love
at
to
a loss
knock
of
it
how
out
the fire
before that.
marshal allows it to be a publicly used building, with 7-inch
Lead.
stairs,
But I'm not,
45-degree.
to me, what I've
Lead
seen, the
paint on
food
the
shelf
outside.
serves a huge purpose, and I can't.
yeah,
I can't.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I 100% believe that.
Okay, then, there's one other thing, so the village owns property on. Cross from Allen's Road. What is that name of that road?
Cross the mountain.
Up the Hoyer.
Well, that's West Allen.
West Settlement
West
Road.
Settlement,
The village owns property out there. I'd like to unload that.
Small parcel.
Up there.
I don't know, I sat here, he was just telling me that it was there, we didn't look into the acreage yet.
acreage.
But it's out of the village limits, it's absolutely no use for water, power, or sewer. So we're
How do we own it?
we're holding the tax base for nothing, land for nothing.
Is that-
I don't wanna do it for Canada,
We don't,
that's why I brought it up.
we don't need how many acres it is.
Do we still have the land up at NATO?
How do we know?
Do you know about?
Where's that, on Reservoir Road?
Come home.
No.
If it's out of town and,
Up on French Hill,
or out of the village and
No,
nothing.
like
it's
NATO,
us.
NATO.
where's the can?
Oh, you go up,
Okay, well, so Eric will look into it, find out how many acres it is.
They said,
The other thing I wanted to bring up
Oh, that's
is,
something that.
how far up is it? That's what I'm talking about, so how far end up there?
Near the bottom. Just before
they're
you,
doing all the dirt work down that way?
And you thought we had some up higher? By
think
Neo's
so.
camp?
Up past Neo.
Good. Well, Eric, you can look into that anyway, for sure.
yep,
Come back,
I used to have all that paper.
send that out in an email to the board so that.
Well, we don't, there's nothing but big landowners on there.
In the groomer shop.
Then it might be way up by NATO's camp, like Ellis was just saying.
maybe it is.
I don't know, they paid that?
Now, well,
The location on West Settlement Road, I have the property tax bill right here.
Yeah,
Probably that parcel number.
It's probably just a span number.
I
Yeah.
think that was the original spring.
The location is
How many acres?
0.29.
0.29. Little, I saw it was really tiny.
bigger than the one on that one.
Well, they own the builders.
No, they don't, we don't build them.
Oh, they own.
They rebuilt it on our property.
There you go.
So we own.
0.29 acres. I'm not gonna
Our
get an email for that.
I know, but we gotta sell the property, put that back in the tax base. They're a nonprofit, so they can deal with the process to get it tax free, but.
Yeah.
So we're paying property tax on a building for snow.
Well, I thought they were.
The property.
Well, paying tax on them.
They are?
We are.
Oh, I thought they were.
We just made sure they had insurance because they went and installed heat.
I'll give you $800 for it.
Well, I know.
It's a quarter of an acre for $600. I'll give you 800.
You're a generous man. So moved.
Well, okay, so that property, the snowmobile club building,
Yes.
we pay taxes on that one too?
Where is that?
What's that?
French Hill, Upper French Hill?
I don't believe so. No,
Are we not paying taxes on a property in the
I
town?
don't think so. I think there's a,
I have 4 properties that I received tax bills from the town. We have the West Settlement Road. One on the Reservoir Road. We have the utility.
No, that's not.
But that's another property though, that,
Reservoir Road's another,
But it's French
Right.
Hill where the.
that's the wellhead was, right?
it's up by Catalon's Key.
Right,
That's where we were gonna do our other reservoir. For water.
but we can't,
Right.
so we're gonna get rid of that. I know there's parties interested now.
I was just bringing up that we're paying taxes on stuff outside the village.
Mhm.
For no reason. That does the village no good unless we're gonna use that for water. We already figured out that that was a ridiculous
we would.
expense to get it.
What's the acreage on the west side?
Get rid of the garbage water we got now.
No, I'm sorry, not west side,
Reservoir Road.
Reservoir Road.
There are 2 for Reservoir. One of them is 48.2 and the other one is 0.2.
They're joining profit, so then. 0.2 and then.
0.2 must be a right.
0.2 is right on the edge of the road. The other one goes back.
Purchase, that went. It was originally purchased by the village for water.
Right. Well,
Town had anything to do with that.
right,
It's probably touching the joint property.
right, but we should. Can we, the west side, I'll address very hard.
One,
The west side, or the, yeah,
there's one little tiny piece. It's.
Okay, so I didn't wanna take the long subject, I just put it out that we own properties out in the town.
Yeah.
That we don't use, and we pay taxes on it.
so west settlement, quarter of an acre.
Yes, it's a different story, so we could approach the landowner that's nearby and see if they want to go.
Yeah.
I don't know, you wanna make money?
Huh?
But we could talk to Carrie and see if she wants to sell all 3 of them.
So I'm talking about 2 on west, 2 on Reservoir Road and 1 on West Settlement. I'll make a motion.
That's not on the agenda, so do we want Eric and Ashley to look into it and just present it next month?
Yes, Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, I mean, I would say look into it, I would say throw it out to, you know, realtor of your choice, just to get us a ballpark on what they think it's worth,
It's kind of what it is.
because that's what they're gonna be, it's worth their time to go, oh, historically, they know the area, they know that 40 acres is worth 1,200 an acre or $30 an acre.
And as far as the property that Snowmobile Club's, and so we owned the building that burned down. They built a new building, it's technically our building, on our property. So do we want to approach Snowmobile Club about purchasing that property?
What's the size of that one? That's pretty much a parking lot, right?
I have no idea how big it is, I
But
just know that we.
That's on
own it.
French,
Yeah.
on French Hill, right?
So.
There's nothing on French Hill.
Not
And
that.
then reach out to the Snowmobile Club. The Snowmobile Club, if they purchase it, they aren't paying any taxes anyway, they're non-profit.
Right.
So they'd be able, it's, it's still
Right.
qualified. This one. If they're insuring it, paying the power to it and stuff like that.
I think that's only like a quarter of an acre.
I didn't think it was very bad, well, still, there's, got a building on it, so it makes it valuable, whatever the town got, that's that. Now it's a heated building.
This is a
Yeah, I know.
section here, and we own.
Some people are, never mind.
Okay, look at this, and nobody get me wrong in the public watching this thing, I'm not Max Snowmobile Club, I'm trying to alleviate some bills for the village.
So my question, do we know? Is this landlocked? And the reason I say it, there's a little square that is on Rocky Hoopers. That is 0.2 of an acre. That is completely all alone.
Yeah.
For some odd reason,
Yeah.
I mean, it's close to their bigger 48 acres, but.
So like I said, so you, Eric, you'll look into it.
Yep.
Actually, you'll get the tax
Alright,
numbers for all the properties we own outside the village. And what we pay each year.
0.25.
Okay.
Point-
Just FYI,
Quarter-
it's early.
quarter of an acre.
We just checked in. he's-
Snowmobile Club is a
Yeah.
quarter of an acre.
Okay, so we're gonna jump on, because that was about it.
Yeah.
Any other things that you had to go over, Eric, real quick? And are we gonna go in the executive to talk, or let's talk about this tax thing real quick?
Yeah, so we're still digging. I talked to, so basically the legislature passed Act 145 last year. That added a bunch, basically it changed how utility poles are seen and it screws up the taxing. I talked to Eli Emerson, who's a lawyer with Premier and Piper, who does a lot of stuff in utilities. And he's like, well, the law is the law, but they're, in his belief, they're supposed to be using the PUC values that are, with depreciation and all that. And so this is statewide, it's gonna hit everybody. We just saw it first because Ashley was digging into some stuff when the tax bill came and, there it is. So we're kind of at the leading edge of everyone figuring this crap out. And his suggestion, which I'm gonna give Ken Nolan a call tomorrow, is it would probably be in the interest of BIPSA to get, to go after this, as a group. So why should the Village Johnson pay for a lawyer versus,
Right.
all of us?
Right.
Well, I hope so, because that's what that's supposed to be doing, is representing us.
Right.
in any and
Right.
all cases.
It's just absurd that we can't get the rate increases we need, but yet there's, the state's authorizing an $80,000 increase.
Think about what you just said.
Yeah, and then
I practiced it, but this is,
the other thing that's not, the other part that's not clear, but I'm digging in to find out is that if that is the entire tax bill for the polls, or is that just our tax bill for the polls? Because I believe it's the entire, which is good. Because most of our polls are 50/50
Well,
owned with
what's-
consolidated.
What's tax rate, the town's tax rate on 2.7 million? That'll tell you,
Right.
because that's the new value of the
Right.
lines out into the
Yeah.
town that they didn't tax us on before.
Right.
So my estimation is it's $80,000 on top of the taxes we already pay.
So,
Because almost $3 million of value of property is gonna be $80,000 in tax.
so
I didn't do the math, I'm just. guessing.
Right, I'm working on
Sounds like you didn't.
that being a 50-50 hit with consolidated, and I'm actually working on trying to get it so they get billed and come to us to pay for half, because they owe us money anyway.
I was
So
gonna say,
So,
they
yeah.
probably still like.
Landowner waivers, won't work now.
well,
You're probably
the
gonna.
current
see all the-
Vermont legislature is really good at finding ways to
Detail
get
or
money out.
something. And then go,
That's what it comes down to.
But
because of all of this.
if I had a pole that's on my property, I couldn't write that, I couldn't give a waiver to the village, to the pole. And even though it's in town right away,
I'd like
still,
to see
still,
it down street.
still, friggin' my land.
That's a good point,
You can't.
but probably not, because it's the value of the system, not the land it's on, which is weird, but.
So we're not getting charged for the fact that the pole is sitting in the town right away. Getting hit because the poles are in the town.
Because the poles are there.
Yeah.
Right, oh yeah,
We weren't getting taxed on
Well-
utilities that side of the road, so I'm waiting for them to come back and tell us about our water lines and sewer.
more people need to vote for different people in Montpelier. That's what it comes down
In
to.
the town.
So, Yeah.
Okay, so that's the way on that. So Darrell, just so you understand, the reason I didn't bring it to the board is because we knew nothing other than what you saw in the meeting.
Yeah.
$80,000, 2.7 million in value, and that's all we knew, so there was no reason to
Just-
pass it on, because you're gonna ask me a question and I wouldn't be able to answer it.
It's,
Neither would I see where, still can't.
you know, I feel that as a board, the board should know everything.
I understand, the manager was gone, I was working.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but I mean, if anything pops up, if
We found out on
Joe
Thursday.
does something with the village, I think the board.
So is this on our current tax year bill, or is that something they're threatening to rebuild?
There's.
So
Okay,
it's an E&O that our assessor needs to have approved by the select board. At the last select board meeting is when Justin went to approve it. I sent John an email asking if we could have more time to discuss this, learn about this, know about this before they just accepted it. Because as soon as the select board accepts the E&O, then we become liable of it.
Yeah.
Even if we try to build consolidated for this bill for it, the property is listed under our utility name, and that is the part that cannot be adjusted because that's set in stone as of April 1st.
Right, we leased the poles besides the jointly owned ones here in Main Street.
To the select board.
almost all of them are actually jointly owned.
Put it on.
Okay, then that needs to be addressed instantly, so. If consolidated don't answer you like they haven't been, stick her lawyer on.
Yep.
Because she's tried to get them to damn replacing the pole we had to replace and they still ain't paid for on Main Street after a car hit it.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then basically the select board tabled it till next month and then they're gonna bill us for it because they all went off on the spiel, well, we can't favor one utility and not co-op, so, you know. So we're getting $80,000 tax bill. You ready, bro?
80.
Yeah,
That's about what it.
Yeah, 80.
$87.
Yeah, no, that I'd pay.
Okay, so I guess that's it. I guess we're gonna start our interview process. One of our candidates are here.
I moved into executive session as allowed by one DSA section 313A3 to conduct interviews for an open lineman position.
Do we have a second?
Sorry.
Any discussion? All be attending will be all trustees, Eric, Ashley, you don't have to stay if you don't want.
I don't think I need to say that.
Yes,
Mhm.
so. Be the manager and the board of trustees, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes, we're in an executive session at 7:14. Donna, Eric will just have to make a bunch of lists because we're going in another one afterwards.
Good.
And he'll get you stuff tomorrow morning.
Eric, will we be able to see him up on the screen?
Here.
Will we be able to see him?
Person.
Oh, he's there in person? Oh, okay, perfect. I thought it was zoomed.
All right, everybody, have a wonderful.
Doing one or two days.
Two.
Oh, that maybe.
We want to first.
Luke's coming up first. Eric had him scheduled. Is he coming right up, Eric, or?
When you guys tell me to go get them, I'll go get them. We're just. That's,
Will's failing to have an attitude adjustment, I'm gonna,
all right.
oh, I smoked cigarette in 2 years now. Okay.
Oh, shit, I had a question for you, now I can't remember.
That was crazy.